Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the never giving up mentality that a lot of us are lacking. A lot of us don't inherently have. It's not our natural mindset. I think it's crazy to think how some like hyper successful people that are like that are super well known, super famous, how the way that they made it to where they are is that they literally had the mindset that no matter what opposition, no matter what odds, no matter what probability of failure, that they never ever give up. I heard it put this way one time listening to a J. Cole interview, or I've seen clips of this interview, and J. Cole said, he gave an example. He said, let's say that you're doing something and you failed for the 10th time and you gave up. What if you would have had success that 11th time or that 12th time, but you never tried? So he said basically the principle is that the key of success is persistence. I've heard other people affirm this quote, just people that have been successful, saying the only difference between them and everyone else who didn't make it was that they never give up. And so it's a principle of faith, honestly. Most people would say that it's luck or whatever, like or that they can manifest things. I don't believe in manifestation outside of what God manifests. But at the same time, if God's will is for our happiness and also for our well-being and our doing good, if you have a potential ability to magnify that, to produce good, to produce value for other people, and to impact other people in a positive way, I don't see why God won't honor that, why he won't allow you to expand in that, whatever it is you're doing. For me, for example, I don't think I'm going to impact everyone in the workout sphere. I don't think I'm going to impact everyone through that way. I just think that my voice needs to be heard because I have a lot of introspective thoughts that will lead people ultimately closer to God. So I'm using YouTube as a way of expanding my repertoire of like how I can command my words, the things that I can express, how clearly, succinctly I can get to a point. All of that has improved. All those skills have gone up in the time that I've done YouTube. And I've been able to see a tremendous increase in my linguistic ability. And I'm doing all of this basically off the fly. And I used to think about when I first did videos, I used to come up with some kind of outline, or like I would make sure I had in my mind what I knew I wanted to say, and I had it like planned out so that way I can include it all. But now when I make a video, I literally hit record and I start going. I just know about how much time I have, and I just think about, okay, what's the one or two things I want to say, and then I build everything else around that. So I wanted to talk about never giving up. What is it about not giving up that leads to success? Well, the only thing is inevitably we're all going to fail, and the failure is defined by its finality. So basically like you deciding that that's your last time and that you're not going to do it again. Because behind every success is a lot of failures, but like these failures didn't define the outcome. That's what we learned about with Thomas Edison, with all these other famous people that changed the world, is that Thomas Edison, he talked about, that's like the famous quote everyone's heard, is that he didn't fail 1,000 times. He basically just figured out 1,000 ways to not do it. And so he did it correctly. And then once he did it correctly, his invention of the light bulb and being able to harness electricity, that's what changed our modern world. So anyways, I want everyone to think about that is what is it about not giving up that can actually lead to a definitive positive outcome. In my opinion, it's just the fact that God is there, that God is real, that allows all this to happen. Because if God was not there, we would never, in my opinion, we would never learn from our mistakes if God wasn't there. We would be doomed to repeat our mistakes. We'd be doomed to repeat our failures. It's only because of God that when something happens, a failure or a setback, that we're able to then learn from it. That's because he allows us through his spirit to learn new information, to gain new insights that we never had before. And so that's why, I don't know, I hear people give too much credit to failure as the means of their success or the means of their learning and growth. I think it's just a little bit ignorant. Not saying it's like their intentions are wrong. I'm just saying that they're not aware of the fact that if God was not involved, that everything in life would be a failure and we would never learn. So instead of giving credit to your failures, you got to learn that it's God that gives you success in spite of you having failed. That's the clear difference, at least to me. So yeah. So now I kind of want to talk about as well, like the purpose you should have. So we're talking about like the success that you're dreaming of. Like for me, I'm sometimes not gonna lie, I grow kind of tired of making these videos because I already know the thoughts that I have and what I want to share, but I don't want to make YouTube videos simply because of the fact that no one sees these. And so it's like I'm putting all this time and effort into something that people are not going to appreciate, or that it might not produce results. Like there might not be fruits to my labor. But then I think about what J. Cole said, or like what other people have said, that it simply is just about not giving up. And the person that doesn't give up is the person that ultimately will be standing on top. That they will be the ones that get what they want. And so every week now I'm trying to make at least one video, and basically in the hopes that not I'm not and I want to make this clear. I'm not making these videos with the hope that I become like instantly successful and famous. In my opinion, I see it this way. I know I can have an impact on people positively. I've seen it in my personal life. The things that I have to say about God, the things I have to say about life and everything, my mindset, I guess the intangible there's intangible things about the way that my mind works. I feel like that is important for people to know about, is that I'm ultra positive, and I've always had like a great experience whenever I applied myself and did my best. I've always had positive results, and I want to teach people how to live in a positive way. And I always attribute my positivity and my good outcomes to God. But anyways, what I'm saying is that in my personal life, I've seen people be blessed through my mindset, the things that I do and the way that I think. And I understand that if I'm able to transmit this mentality through other ways, like through video, through audio, whatever, that I can potentially impact lots of other people. So my mindset is this: if I make a good YouTube video that could potentially help someone change their life, that's the goal. And if I do that enough times, eventually there will come a time where a lot of people get a hold of my message, and it starts to grow, and I start to gain a platform, so I can do more and bring more change into the world, more positive change. So that's basically all I have to talk about, I guess, today. And I want to encourage anyone out there who's chasing something, is that the principle I've learned about most recently is that it's not so much as the things you're doing, it's more about the person you're becoming. That's what's the most important. And God can He will reward you in the time and in the place where it's perfect for you. God will reward you with everything that you've been dreaming of. But it really will come down to this: are you the kind of person that deserves to have this, whatever it is that you're hoping for? Are you the kind of person that God always wanted you to be? And because it's like it's in the moment that God chooses, that's when you will have the success that you're dreaming of. And so I want to leave that as the last thought for you guys to think about, and then you guys can just finish watching, I guess, the workout footage. Anyone that has any thoughts or questions or anything at all, share them please in the comment section. Let me know if you have any questions about workout stuff. I feel like I do have a solid base of knowledge in that. Even if I don't always talk about it, it's always something that I could expound on more, but I think that my mind prefers to talk more about things that are spiritual and things that are holy, like things that are of God. So that's all I got to say. And I'll leave that with you guys. You can have a good one. Thanks for watching.